Hi everyone, this year isn't my sex life still as passionate as ever before? Why get into the specifics of this topic? Make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on tips about health and sexualness. In today's video, we're going to uncover some little-known secrets about women's sexuality that can completely transform your intimate relationships, whether you're 50 or 70 like me. Don't take your eyes off the screen because you'll reveal powerful techniques to put an end to premature ejaculation and take your love life to a whole new level. If you think this content is helpful, please give it a thumbs up to help spread throughward. If you have any other suggestions for how we can improve, please leave a comment now. I want to ask you if older adults still have sex. Do older adults still have sex? I genuinely believe that they do. And then New England Journal of Medicine states that this is not just a rare statistic. 54% of men and 31% of women are 70 still engage in active sexual activity. Did you know that this number is even higher for those between the ages of 50 and 60? It's like a bold statement that the flame never goes out as long as you know how to keep it burning. I've witnessed this in my own life, Andy. I'm sure you've wondered at some point if you can still do it. The answer is yes, but pay close attention because our bodies change, and that's where the interesting part begins. When you reach 50, men begin to feel testosterone slipping away, the hormone that once made us strong. Like a lion quietly fades, leaving you wondering, am I still capable? For women, vaginal dryness creeps in like an uninvited guest, making intimate moments trickier than they used to be. But don't think it's over. I've been there, felt that frustration, and found a way through. Pills can help. Lube is like a tiny miracle in a bottle, and sometimes just a touch in the right spot. Gentle, subtle, can make your heart racing. Have you ever tried lightly stroking your partner's inner thigh? At this age, the skin gets thinner, more sensitive, and a touch in the right place can awaken feelings you thought were long asleep. I remember the first time I realized this. No need to rush, no need to prove anything. Just slow down, feel, let those bodily changes become yearly instead of your enemy. Testosterone dropping in men find, turn it into a chance to explore tenderness, vaginal dryness making you shy. A bit of lube can break down every barrier, giving you back the moments you deserve to savor a sex. Do you think sex still counts beyond 50? After 50 isn't just physical, it's a connection. A way to say to the person beside you, I still see you and I still want you. I want to ask you honestly, do you think sex still counts beyond 50? Is it still the spark that warms your life, or have you let it fade? Amidevity Worries research reveals that over half of men and over a third of women over 70 are still going strong. And don't give up, and you may be a part of thought group to drop your thoughts in thought comments. Just a simple yes or no, I want or real opinion, because I believe at any age we all have the right to love, loved, and feel that joy in our own way. Have you ever thought that a kiss on the belly could ignite a woman more than a soft touch on the ear or neck? I've treat it, and I've got to say it feels like a warm wave spreading through you, waking up every sense you thought had gone quiet, according to the Kinsey Institute. In 2018, 40% of women agree that nipple stimulation is the first step they want to. Slow, gentle start, that's enough to set your heart racing, but let me tell you more. Because after 50, our bodies shift hand. That's when things get even more thrilling. The skin thins out, gets more sensitive, like smooth silk waiting to be explored. Have you tried it yet? A light stroke on the lower back or the inner thigh might catch your partner off guard, maybe even leave them stunned. Because those spots are so often overlooked. I remember the first time it tried this, not the usual places everyone thinks of, but a soft touch on soft touch on my husband's lower back. He turned to me, eyes wide with surprise and delight, like I just unlocked a door we'd never stepped through. After 50, we tend to assume our bodies are too familiar to hold any new surprises, but I'm telling you, you're wrong. More sensitive skin means every little stroke can tell a story. Don't only stay in the familiar places you know by heart. Venture beyond off your comfort zone. Every belly kisses the power too. Make your spouse tremble with silent delight. You'll see magic happen if you try to caress thigh or thigh or let your fingertips move along the spine. Imagine this, you're resitting there in dim glowing light, and instead of going straight for the persona, no, you stop and plant a kiss on thigh or belly. Don't rush or press, just feel the skin beneath your lips. Then you try a slow, gentle stroke on the inner thigh that feels like a whisper, without words. I bet your partner won't be surprised and will want. You two do itagon after 50, we require grace rather than speed on. It's these little details that make all the difference. 40% of women are correct. Nipples are a great place to start, but the lower back, inner thighs, or an unexpected belly kiss are hidden gems you haven't yet discovered. I want you to give it a serious try. Where have you touched that surprised your partner? I'll read your comments and choose the top 3 responses to address directly, because think everyone has a little secret to share. And I'm eager to hear yours. Have you ever felt that premature ejaculation is a shame that you can't talk about? I'm here to tell you that it's nothing to bechamel of did. You know that 1/3 of men over 50 deal with a stop and squeeze technique with this? I've watched my husband struggle with it too, but we managed to get through it. If you are willing to try, imagine the moment you feel yourself approaching the edge, your heart thumping, your breath racing, and then instead of letting it slip away too quickly, you stop. This is the stop and squeeze a techno K. Premature ejaculation is nothing end. Rather, it is a challenge that you can completely control. According to the Journal of Sexual Medicine, I've seen him do it awkwardly at first, but after a few trees of everything changed. I want you to know that when the climax approaches, pause, gently squeeze the tip of your penis for 10 seconds. Take a deep breath as through hour, stretching out a precious moment, and then continue. I'm living proof that 78% of men increase their staying power in just 3 months, but don't stop there. I have another secret to share. Kegel exercise and just for women. Men can also strengthen their pelvic floor muscles. It told him to try it 10 times a day for just a few minutes while driving or watching TV. Can you believe urology in 2019 demonstrated that he increased his control by 30% in just 6 weeks, as if his body had regained strength that aging had taken away. It is more than just a workout. They're essential to taking control of your body. I recall his proud voice telling me for the first time that Elle wasn't worried anymore, and I grenades. I imagine yourself lying there with the person you love, controlling your own rhythm instead. Overing stop and squeeze is a powerful pause. I knew we had overcome in together. Premature ejaculation isn't the sex toy synonym, rather. It serves as a reminder that you can be stronger than you believe as long as you don't give up. Take 10 seconds to collect your breath and extend the happiness for you and Kixel. They act as a quiet companion, telling your body that you are in control with each pelvic skis. 78% of men were excellent with stop and squeeze after 3 months, and 30% had better control with K's. Will you Beatty next? I want you to try it, really not just for yourself, but also for the person next to you. What will it be? Stop and squeeze or kill? Comment 1 if you choose stop and squeeze, and 2 if you lean toward kale. I'm excited to hear your choice, because think you can write your own story full of pride and emotion like mine. Have you ever thought that sex toys were a joke? I used to think that until I discovered Thothier, a quiet companion that can change everything, according to Love Honey in 2019. 52% of women own a sex toy. So it figured, why not, especially after 50, when your body starts changing and drying sappiers, unexpectedly making those intimate moments harder than I had anticipated. I tried a tiny vibrator. Beauty was like a law in the dark. No more reshiness, no more pain. Just joy rushing back like the old days. Can you imagine how something so small can turn fededments into a symphony of feeling? Wero and your partner sync perfectly after 50. We don't have to give up. We just need new methods and that little vibrator. Was my unexpected answer bothers the thing? There's something even bigger than toys. It's communication. I call it gold. He paused, then smiled and said, I like that you asked 3 simple communications, yet they unlocked a universe I had never seen. We began asking each other direct questions from that point on. Wadi, you like, how do you want it? Did yak know? Without speculating or keeping quiet when the body isn't what it was said to be after 50. Asking your partner directly isn't scary, it's the spark that rekindles the fire. I remember the first time I used that little vibrator with him. I was afraid he would balk, but I asked, how do you feel about trying this? I understand why 82% of couples who communicate well feel more satisfied in bed. It's not just words though, it's how we hold hands, lock eyes, and rediscover what we thought was lost, ballad and explored, like children falling in love for the first time after nodded. Toys don't take the place of emotions, but they do ease the way thatriness strikes and communication is the thread that holds us together. Every query is a bridge, every response is an embrace. I want you to try. Honestly, have you used a toy or asked your partner directly if you've tried one or have yacht? If you went to for communication, 52% of women were correct to choose toys and 82% of couples demonstrate the power of words. I think every story is worth telling, so please share yours to motivate me and everyone else. Have you ever thought that STDs, those sexually transmitted diseases, were just a young person's problem? I used to think that until reality hit me hard. STDs don't spare anyone, no matter your age. According to the CDC in 2018, chlamydia rates in people over 50 doubled from 2007 to 2017. Did you catch that? I was flawed when I learned it because I figured after 50 we were safe past the days of worrying. But no, life's full of surprises, and I realized protecting myself and Theon I love is something I can't ever slack on. Using a condom, it sounds basic, but it's the strongest shield. There's none need to feel shy. It takes just 5 seconds to put it on, 5 seconds to guard you both from risks we can't predict. I remember first time I handed my husband a condom. He chuckled, a bit embarrassed, but said, you're right, better safe than sorry since. Then it's become our routine, like a silent promise between us. But sexual health isn't just about dodging disease. It's how you care for your body. Too hydration or simply drinking in a water matters more than you'd guess. I didn't pay attention at first, until I noticed my body dragging, worn out even in our closest moments. Then I read that staying hydrated the boosts blood flow, ramps up energy, and CNN in 2022 back it up. 73% of women report feeling better and stronger when they are properly hydrated. I gave it a shot, a few glasses a day. Nothing fancy, just a small habit, and you know what it's like. A fresh breeze swept through me. My husband also noticed the change after 50. Our bodies lose water more quickly, but a little effort can change everything. From how you move to how you love. Picture yourself lying there with your partner, and you know you've kept you both safe for just 5 seconds with a condom for peace of mind. Then you sip some water beforehand, feeling the blood flow steadily carrying energy. You condoms was gone as stides don't sparian, but we can fight back. Clam you doubled. No big deal. 73% of women report feeling better after using condoms. I've tried it and I'm hooked. I want to ask you honestly, do you use condoms on a regular basis? Half not. Don't be shy. This is a safe place to share your story. I think we all have ways to maintain our health and love. So I'd like to hear yours. Have you ever wondered which position actually makes you and your partner happy? I figured it out over the years, and I have to say, missionary is still kinge. According to the 2017 Archives of Sexual Behavior, nothing compares. Age can't still beyond 50 when the body isn't as supple, and I completely understand why 80% of women adore missionary for its comfort and efficacy. One time while I was lying there, my husband's eyes were fixed on men so closely that could feel every breath he took. Missionaries provide a safe haven where we can love each other without experiencing pain or exhaustion, but don't think. That's all spooning is just as amazing after 50 years standing. Not only prolongs the climax, but is also easier than you might imagine. I remember my first attempt when my legs were shaky from age. It's holding me back, but I leaned against the wall and lit. Him steady me and everything clicked it. Felt like a jolt racing through mess stretching that peak moment I believed belonged to youth. Don't let age stop. Woo. I doubted myself, but with a little genuity leaning on the wall, if your legs wobble, try missionaries. Kinktonite to experience its efficacy in every touch or spooning. You ease those persistent joint pains, or you daringly stand leaning on the wall, letting the climax linger like a surprise gift. It's a friend for sore joints and standings, a mini adventure. And each one tells its sound story, making us laugh before holding geech. Other tighter, 80% of women must be correct missionary. Provides the comfort we need, but standing and spooning are hidden yums. I've discovered over the years I've treed them, felt them. And I want you tight too. Don't let getting older be an excusetto. Stop loving. Keep trying. I'm interested in knowing what your favorite position is: cozy missionary, tender spooning, or bold standing. Leave your name below and I'll choose a random person too. Send a personal tip because I think everyone has a love story worth telling. And I'm eager to hear yours. What lessons have you learned from this experience? From the stop and squeeze a technique to extend pleasure to the power of communication, it's all within your reach and not out of reach. I want to know that older people like you to know sex and embrace fossments of love that age cannot take away. I've done it and I know you can. Student, keep this a secret though. Sharitha's video with your friends over 50 fits helped you hit the like button and leave a comment. So I know you've stayed at, and next week I'll show you how to increase desire after 60. So love remains fiery.